Hi there, daring and mighty ladies, and welcome to this week's D&M on the Couch. And today I would like to talk to those of you that have ever suffered any level of anxiety. You'll know what I'm talking about if you have, whether it be quite extreme or mild, and it's that feeling of being out of control, perhaps overwhelmed. Physically, your heart will race, you'll feel shortness of breath. If it's very severe, it might put you on the floor because you really can't keep your breathing up with the heart rate. And if it's mild, it could just manifest as kind of worry and a discomfort in your body. But you know what it is, how it manifests for you when you're feeling anxious. And I know it only too well. I feel like a bit of an expert when it comes to anxiety because once upon a time, it absolutely ruled my life. It was quite horrifying. I would literally wake up in the morning and, for half a second, I'd feel okay. And then the immediate panic would set in and my heart would race like having a heart attack. And I'd really have to focus on breathing. It's really wasn't a nice way to start the day. And I genuinely didn't know that could be fixed. And it was resulting from me feeling so distant from who I was, so caught up in thought patterns around past events, or usually more correct, future events that were, seemingly out of my control. And it was very, very debilitating. And I'm here to say, though, that you can cure your anxiety. You can. Lots of different people out there have all sorts of different systems and processes. My personal and spiritual development journey played a massive role in eliminating anxiety from my life. What I will say is that because it played such a big role in my life, all of my life. I mean, I have felt anxiety since a very small child for many, many reasons. And because of that, it is a feeling that can still come up for me. It's very rare, but when it does come up, I recognize it and I know what to do with that. And I guess there's a few little tips that I want to give you if you do suffer any level of anxiety. One is to recognize that when you're in anxiety, essentially you're kind of self-abandoning. Because for whatever reason, you are focusing on situations that are out of your control or in the future. So therefore, absolutely out of your control, because all we can control is what's going on right here, right now, in the moment. So what I would really, really encourage is when you're feeling some anxiety is to literally just take some time out. Stop and sit and breathe and connect into you and be really, really mindful of where you're at in that moment and just be in the moment. Just be in the moment. And in that moment, as you're breathing, you recognize what you can see, what you can hear, what you can smell, what's going on around you. Just bring yourself right back into the moment and then think about what you're grateful for. Because with anxiety, we forget how much we've got going on in our lives that's supporting us, that's keeping us safe, that's nurturing us. And when we lose sight of the truth that we are fundamentally safe, the anxiety hits. So be grateful for all that you have. And this is where I highly recommend a gratitude journal. If you suffer any level of anxiety, writing your gratitudes, if you do it 3 times a day, it will be amazingly supportive because it brings you back into the moment and it allows you to focus on what you do have. And I honestly believe that developing some level of spiritual practice, and when I say that, that means connecting in with you, the truth of who you are and your spirit. So it doesn't have to be meditating, although personally, as an anxiety sufferer, meditation helped me enormously and even still does now. It could be just going for a walk. It could be going for a swim and sitting in the steam room. It could be running. It could be cooking. It could be painting, reading a book. But whatever works for you in terms of you feeling that you are doing something that nurtures your own spirit, that's special time just for you. Because again, it allows you to be in the moment of that experience, focusing only on what you're doing and where you're at, and focusing on just loving yourself, being grateful for yourself. It really, there's so many more things out there that can be done to assist with anxiety, but on a short video like this, I genuinely think that those few steps will help you enormously. So I really, really encourage you, even those of you that don't suffer any anxiety but find yourself in overwhelm or panic or worry about things that feel out of your control, those few tips, taking a moment, getting real with where you're at, and being grateful for all that this world is supporting you with, it will really help. So enjoy doing those steps. I hope you start to feel better. I'm telling you from someone that's been there, my life is unrecognizable. And those tips still help me today. Sending you so much love, and I'll see you next week. See you later. Bye.